The Admiral Scaffolding Group has been owned by its two current directors since 2000. In 2009, when the recession hit, we had two choices. They were either to continue with our current way of doing things or make changes and stand out from our competitors. We chose the latter, and over the course of 3 years and a lot of both financial and time investment, we have become the company we are today. We are a small to medium enterprise with 3 divisions, an extensive team of educated management, a string of valuable accreditations to our name. We are the best green business in South London, we have dedicated, fully trained operatives, and we are South London's Best Business of the Year 2012. One of the key aspects of Admiral Scaffolding's revamp was becoming investor in people. This, combined with the introduction of our strapline, Thinking of Our Futures, at the beginning of 2012, was the formation of our commitment to training. Investing in our people and thinking of their futures is the mantra we at Admiral work to. The investor in people process was an interesting journey for Admiral Scaffolding. The company was stripped back to the bare basics and built up again, step by step. We employed the services of an independent management consultant who literally trained the management on how to work a successful business. The managing director was trained to be a leader, on how to listen and how to take constructive criticism. We all learned about different job roles and introduced a marketing department, a surveying department and a health and safety department. We learned how to sell, how to negotiate, how to appraise people, how to network and even how to run the payroll. None of this was easy, but it was established that it was necessary. Now, none of this may sound like typical training, and in some respects, maybe it's not, but it was for Admiral Scaffolding, and it still is. We learn on a daily basis as individuals, whether it's how to do somebody else's job role so it can be covered during annual leave, how to make the most out of LinkedIn, or even a toolbox talk on fire safety. Investor in people has been incredibly important to us. We have embraced it fully. Everybody here is trained. Everybody. The management, the office staff, the depot staff, the drivers, and the operatives. Training is not something Admiral Scaffolding sees as a task or as something we have to do to tick a box. It's not something we do to get grants or even because it's a legal requirement. We see training as a mutually beneficial investment between us and our employees. This is applicable across the board and to every employee who works for Admiral Scaffolding. We are eager to train someone so we can promote in-house, and we are eager for apprentices. We hold 6 monthly appraisals, and 2 of the most important questions are: is there any training we can offer you that you feel would help you to do your job better? And how would you like to progress your job role, and how do you see yourself doing this? From this appraisal, a career path is planned with the employee, and then opportunities are put into place for everyone to progress. This will then be discussed at the next appraisal and reviewed. Everyone here at Admiral is given the opportunity to request training, and as long as the request can be justified, it's granted. Training methods vary from job role to job role. For example, Laura is trained on a one-to-one basis by our external management consultant. She meets with her for 2 hours every other week, and she might train her on sales techniques or how to use LinkedIn. Depending on how relevant this is to the other management staff, Laura will then deliver this to them by whatever means necessary. It could be a PowerPoint presentation, a live example, or sometimes it might be a whole day workshop. Contract staff are trained regularly by CITB Construction Skills and our Health and Safety Advisors Flood Partnership. It is company policy that everybody here at Admiral trains somebody else to do the job they do, so this is an ongoing thing that will happen throughout the course of every day. Management are trained as much internally as they are externally. We are also members of the Merton Chamber of Commerce and the Institute of Directors, both of which offer networking evenings and a seminar on various courses. Everybody is given a company induction, everybody is given health and safety training, and everybody receives toolbox talks. It is stated in the company training policy that everybody receives all of these things. In October 2011, Adrian Withers and Laura Withers started an operative committee. This was initially a meeting between them, the contracts managers, and the site charge hands. This was started because we decided that actually our operatives needed to train us a little bit. The meeting takes place every 3 months, and this is an opportunity for our labour to give us feedback on how they think we can execute our processes in a better way. It's an open forum where nobody in the company is higher than the other, and it trains us all on how we can work together as a team. In 2011, we won the National Training Award for the Best Medium Employer in Greater London. Our entry for this was based on our investor and people journey and the training we received as a company rather than individuals. We were told the judges applaud Admiral Scaffolding for being, without question, a trailblazer in their industry and recognised as an exemplar in their field. We were also recognised in 2011 as highly commended for the Best Medium Employer at the Apprenticeship Awards, and as a result of this were named a Top 100 UK Apprenticeship Employer. This year we were highly commended at the South London Business Awards for the Best Business for Training and Development, and winners for the same category at the Merton Business Awards. We have also had a Platinum Award for our commitment to CSCS for the past 4 years, which we believe is reflected in our accident statistics, which have been zero reportable since 2009. Training is not only important to us in-house. In late 2012, we partnered with the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and this year we'll be investing £20,000 and sponsoring an external individual to achieve their Gold Award. We also work in conjunction with Kingston University, giving undergraduates the opportunity to invent a product for us that will be used during the course of our average working day. We will now talk to you a little bit about our training statistics and achievements over the past few years. As you can see, the percentage of our annual turnover spent on training has continually risen over the past 3 years, going from 1.3% in 2010 to 2.4% in 2012. We anticipate this rising up to 3% in 2013 because of our ongoing pledge to invest in our people. Because we are investing so much money in our training, our staff leaver rate has reduced dramatically over the past 4 years, going from over 27% in 2009 to just 12% in 2012. Our staff are now seeing their potential futures at Admiral Scaffolding. This graph is reflective of our staff leaver rate and shows the amount of in-house promotions Admiral have made each year due to the training made available. This year, 2 site foremen have been promoted to contracts managers and 1 site foreman has been promoted to our in-house scaffold inspector. All of these people have had the appropriate training provided by Admiral Scaffolding, and their promotions have been a result of their appraisals. Not only senior management have been promoted, but operatives too. 4 of our advanced scaffolders have been made charge hands and scaffolders have been promoted to deputies. Keeping track of the amount of time each individual spends on training is a hard thing to quantify, as training happens without you even realising it sometimes. However, our well-maintained training records have allowed us to come up with the following results. This graph shows the time the management allocate to training, both giving and receiving. As you can see, some people spend more than others, but overall a lot of time is dedicated to training. Danielle, who is our junior administrator, is doing an apprenticeship, so spends most of her time in training. Kelvin, our health, safety and environmental manager, is constantly going on health and safety awareness and updating new policies, etc. The number of apprentices Admiral have employed have continually risen over the past 4 years. At the end of 2012, we had 24 apprentices at varying stages of their qualification. The number of operatives who successfully complete their qualification under Admiral Scaffolding also rises year on year. In 2012, we were pleased to say that we qualified 19 scaffolders, 11 apprentices and 10 advanced scaffolders. Although these people are now qualified at this stage, this doesn't mean that their training stops. As part of their continued professional development, they then progress to the next possible stage. You can see from this graph that at any level of your career in Admiral, you are always being trained at some point, from the trainees who spend 100% of their time on it, to the supervisors who are receiving training on paperwork but delivering it on site health and safety. The last graph we have to show you is based on the amount of training requests we get per year. As you can see from this, it has only been during 2012 that we have declined any training requests, and this is only because they either weren't appropriate to the job or we found a more suitable option for them.